But you say, Jesus, Jesus, please come into my life. I've been a rotten person. And I don't know why you touch a piece of filth like me, but please, Jesus, come into my life. Which is what I did. He will come.
Yes. Question. What about those who do this? And Jesus doesn't come. Huh? What's your damage control for that? What do you say to people who point their finger in their face and accuse you of being a snake oil salesman because Jesus did not come to them like you promised with your false cure?
Give you another illustration. It has been very helpful to many people. It doesn't always happen this way. Sometimes I have preached and people have come and talked to me for no fewer than a few minutes. I've even had people come down the aisle crying out, "What must I do to be saved?" Cry out to the Lord and be saved. But that's not the way it happens always. I remember preaching up north one time and a girl came forward and she says, I need to be saved. And I knew something of her case. I knew her father well. And I said, but how many times have you been saved? How many times have you prayed that prayer? She said 6. And I said, it didn't do any good, did it? She said, no. My life is vile and sinful and I'm empty and lost. And I said, well, there's no sense then in us repeating that same mistake, is there? She said, no. She said, what do I do?
When I was 12 years old, I remember my mom. She would drive me and my brother home from Wednesday night services at Faithful Baptist Church. And I could see she was crying. I knew what she was crying about. I heard her behind her closed door in her room. I could almost see her kneeling at her bed, crying out to you, begging you to save her. Begging you. She truly, truly wanted you in her life. I remember a year after that, we were watching the Billy Graham crusade, and she wrote down in her Bible where she made her surrender to you. Surrendered her life to you. Okay? In the years after that, she still doubted. Went and get back to you, doubted if she was saved. She still struggled. Am I saved? Kept begging you. You just would not give her that peace and calm reassurance supposedly from your spirit. Even today, she says sometimes she wonders if she's saved, but she's doing her best just to trust Jesus Christ, because that's the best she can do. Just trust Jesus Christ. Leave it in His hands. Jesus said it. I believe it. Now it's up to Him to do what He says. Now Jesus, God, if my mom goes to hell because you played fast and loose with her soul, fuck you. Fuck you. You lying sack of shit. Fuck you.
Just go home and cry out to God as though hell were opening up its mouth to swallow you down. Cry out to God that He might save you. She came the next night and she looked just tore up, just totally broken. And she said, I cried out to God all night and He did not answer me, and I fell asleep, and I woke up this morning and I'm just in such distress, I don't know what to do. She says, what do I do? I said, you have 2 options. Most of you will think this is cruel. I said, you have 2 options. Stop crying out to God and go to hell. or continue crying out to God till He saves you.
If you do that, and if you mean it from your heart, and if you sit there and wait, and don't get all frustrated and get impatient and stuff like that, but just say, Jesus, Jesus, please come into my life. I've been a rotten person. And I don't know why you touch a piece of filth like me, but please, Jesus, come into my life. Which is what I did. He will come. He will come. He will come.
He will come.
He will come. He will come.
The law of chance and average says that every last person who from the deepest core of the heart of hearts who praises Jesus, not every one of them will get booshah, instant salvation in the can. That moment.
It doesn't always happen this way. Sometimes I have preached and
The law of chance and averages says that out of all those who have to beg God every night, night after night after night, all night long, to save them, the law of chance and averages trumps God, in that there will be some of those whose time runs out, game over, before Jesus comes to them. And these poor, wretched people whom God Himself fucked over will burn in hell forever and ever and ever, because God was too impotent or too malevolent to come to them. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. That if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, and believe in thine heart that God hath raised Him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. God, is your word a fucking liar, because the law of averages and chance has trumped your ass, has dethroned your ass? Or maybe you were never real to begin with. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? How dare you falsely accuse me, you wretch? I was never there for you to begin with.